Hey PC gamers, what's going on? Today we're taking a closer look at the best entry-level cards for 2014. We will make videos for mid, high, and GPUs as well, which you can check out in the description, or you can subscribe to get notified once they're uploaded. We picked 5 entry-level cards for under $200, 2 NVIDIA and 3 AMD cards, and we will show you some gaming benchmarks for each one as well, so you can see which suits you best. For current pricing and availability, check the description down below. Let's start. The first card on the list is the R7 250. The Gigabyte version of this card comes with a 100mm fan, core clock 1100 MHz, memory clock 4600 MHz. It also has 1 GB of memory. Usually this card you can play on this card you can play pretty much every game on the market, while the most resource intensive games like Battlefield 4 and Arma 3 will require low to medium settings and no anti-aliasing at full HD resolutions. For somewhat enjoyable gameplay, that's pretty much what you're going to have to do. The card comes at 1 and 2 GB versions, and since they're virtually the same price, you can go with 2 GB. You can find both versions under $90, but if you can add maybe $10 to $20 more, you can go with our next card on the list, which is the HD 7770. This card comes in 2 versions, 1 and 2 GB. Although the 2 GB one is about $40 pricier, the most powerful 1 GB version, the Sapphire 7770 VaporX, comes with 2 fans, which keep it really cool and quiet. Factory overclocked core clock of 1100 and memory clock of 1300 MHz. With this card you can push most newest games in full HD with mid to sometimes high settings. No anti-aliasing and HBO, of course. So if you're comfortable with those settings and about 30 to 60 average frames per second, this is the card for you. Next card on the list is the R7 260X. With the price tag as low as $130 for the Sapphire 2 GB version, I consider this a lot better bang for your buck than the previous 2 cards. The normal 1 GB version of the card is around $119 and slightly lower clocks as well. The Sapphire card comes in 2 versions. Both are 2 gigs and have the same name, which might be confusing, but the difference is the version you see on the left is smaller by about 25%. It has around 100 MHz lower clock than the one on the right. Also, the cooler on it does not have the heat pipes, and it comes with only 1 DVI display output. The one on the right, though, costs around $170. Now, gaming performance is on par with some mid-range cards, allowing you to play Battlefield 4 and newest Batman games on high settings with anti-aliasing in average 40 to 60 FPS. So finally, an NVIDIA card. The first one is the GTX 650 Ti, coming from Gigabyte. It has a double wind force cooler, so it's going to keep the temperatures down. It has a core clock of 1032 MHz and a memory clock of 5400 MHz. Also, it comes with 2 GB of memory, which is perfect for gaming in 1920 by 1080. Games like Far Cry and Crysis 3 are smooth in high settings, while very high settings and anti-aliasing are still reserved for some upper mid-range or high-end cards. Battlefield 3, however, will work just fine on Ultra with no AA, unfortunately. And last but not least, the GTX 750 Ti. We wanted to sneak in a GTX 660, but we couldn't find any for under $200, and it kind of belongs more in the mid GPU range, so it didn't make it on the list. Same goes for the 650 Boost. Now, the 750 Ti comes with 2 gigs of memory, and there are 2 versions as well. The more expensive overclocked version comes with only 170 MHz more and has a copper core, and besides the price difference of over $45, that's the only difference between the two. Now, it uses the new Haswell chip. The benchmarks here show pretty good FPS for the price, and this is not the superclocked version you're seeing. Even Titanfall runs at around 60 FPS on 1920 by 1080, which is incredible for a low-end card. Now, people might ask, where is 650 Ti Boost? Well, I did not include it, as it costs a bit over $200, and it's still only 3 to 8, maybe 10% better in benchmarks than 750 Ti is. Overall, this is the best entry-level card at the moment. And with that, we conclude our latest video. Make sure you subscribe, because we will be doing a mid and high-end GPU list in the following week. Now, if you like what we do, check out our other videos, subscribe, and press that like button if you like what we do. And if you got any suggestions, concerns, or just want to ask us a question, do so on our Facebook or the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.